Alright, what do we think? Do you think that's good? I actually haven't announced that I am streaming yet, so I need to do that. For those of you just joining us, as always, if you want me to show off some editing techniques, some tricks, just send a photo. You can send it at modernwongphoto.com/stream. Alright, so this week I only got one person submit the photo, but I don't think they're here yet. So we're not going to do that yet. Instead, we are going to edit something else. I took this photo, right? I took a bunch of the photos of the it's called the vessel. The problem is that when I did this one, it's great, but I want to capture more of the skyscraper behind it. So what I decided to do is that I have created a bunch of photos right here. So those are 10 that I've selected, right? So now I want to combine them. The best way to do is do Photoshop and then photo merge. Here we go. Now I'm gonna jump back into Photoshop. All right. So now, here I'll give you just take a look. So my layers are now compiling, so it's working on it. Also, don't forget to join my Discord if you have a chance. So this is what it spit out. Now let's take a look of how it looks like. I know you see how this fragmented, but if I zoom in, they should be gone. Yeah. So for those who are wondering, what did I just do? I have just created a giant panorama. I should have shot more picture on the left and right. So now I have to crop those out, so I don't have enough information there. I wish I've taken more photos, but let's see how big this photo is. It is at 12K by 19K, so that's a pretty big file. To give you a reference, one of my photos usually is about 8K by 5K, and that is a 45 megapixel. So this is that's at least twice. Let's take a look if it's sharp first. It looks pretty sharp for me. Yeah, I think it's good. Oh, and some pigeons. Hello, pigeon bros. Alright, so to give an idea what I have done just now, I put a bunch of photos, I throw it into Photoshop and let it figure out what it is doing. And what it does is that it actually cut out the small parts and then merge them together. So this is what it looks like. Each part. So there's stuff on the side, there's a stuff in the middle, and every piece is in between. That's why you see all the crack right now on the screen. It does kind of show you what is the cutouts are, but if you zoom in, those cracks are actually not there. So Photoshop take the best of each photo and try to put them together. Why are we cutting it out? Because when I first took the photos, let's jump back to bridge. Let's take a look. When I was on location, I took a shot that looks like this. Okay, and my lens can only go as wide as this, and I cannot go back anymore, or else I'll fall into the ocean, or at least run to a road and get hit by a car. So the reason why we have to stitch them together is that I want the skyscraper in the shot, and I want also better details of each shot. So all this detail is because each shot is individual crafted. Cool. Now I'm gonna save this to JPEG. Will I have less to work with if I just take a single photos with a wide angle lens? Yes, well, less work is one way to say it. There's good and bad about this, right? The bad is that during this process is you have to go home and use a computer or get a laptop somewhere to do this process, okay? So that is definitely work. And the problem is that with a single lens, you might distort the photo. With this, that will be less distortion. But can I do this on a single lens? Yes, very much so. Okay, right now I'm saving the file. So it's gonna take me, right now it's at 29%. My setting on this shot, we were shooting at f2, 1/8 of a second, ISO 200. How I took this shot is that I actually sit down and I put the camera between my legs. I'm not sure I can show you on stream, but let's say I'm sitting like this. I was sitting like this on the floor, okay? And I took the camera, let's say this is the camera, put it between my knees. So I have pretty stabilized of me. I act as a tripod. My 2 feet and my butt become a tripod, and I press a button. What I also did is that I set it on a timer. So I press a button and then it waited 2 seconds for it to go off. With that, I don't have any shake from the shutter clicking. I mean, I do still have some shake in some of the photos. So that's why I have set it to multiple shots. So I also took some photos from different angles. I think this looked okay as well, but without the ground or connected to ground, it looks like it's coming out of the forest, which is kind of interesting. But it'll be really cool if I saw this in the middle of a forest. I mean, if I have a lot of time, and which I don't, I would even try to Photoshop and put it inside a composite photo, put it in the forest. How do I edit eyes on cosplay to make it clear and pop out? You can brighten it, you can add saturation, and I would say turn up on your highlight. Okay, so these are the sizes, right? 12,000 by 1976.3. Okay, So I put in the calculation in there earlier, and this is actually 249 megapixel. Pretty ridiculous. Let's play with the highlights a little bit. Yeah, do I want it purple or blue? I'm gonna make it blue. I'm gonna make the shadow a bit more purple. Yeah, there we go. Now we're looking a little bit closer. I don't need that much contrast, to be honest. Black. I don't want to crush the black too early in the beginning. Oh, up clarity. I can up the clarity a little bit. Let's not play with dehaze yet. Okay, so a lot of you see that I do. You know what? This definitely scented. It's messing with me. So worse or better? Do I do it this way? Okay, that's definitely off. You know, it might be a perspective thing. If I wanted to, I can also do this. To be honest, that actually feels better. I might do that and crop it a little bit more. Let's do this first. All right, you all ready for some magic? The blue man group is cool. So this is what I use for the gradient tool. Yeah, there you go. Remember, we're working with 150 megapixel shots. There's some noise up here. Not so much in a bright area. There are some artifacts, as you can see, up my saturation. So we're gonna fix that a little bit. We are going to do some noise reduction, and we're gonna find the. Oh, there we go. Of course, when you reduce noise, it's gonna blur the photo a little bit, but it took out the color artifact, so that's good. This is just pure blue. I don't think I like that feel a lot. Yeah, let's add some green to it. Great. How does it look so far? I think this looks pretty badass. Too much blue? Before, after. Yeah, you can turn up the noise, turn up the shadow and it get noisy. It could be the camera doesn't have good enough dynamic range. And that's when a good camera does make a difference. Actually, this looks pretty sick. I think I'm good. I'm happy with this. Yeah. Let me send it to y'all so that you can actually download it. Yeah, I do gaming stream. I do play TFT. I do play League. And when I say I play League, I only play Jinx. Alright, we're gonna try it. We're gonna play around until we find a size that's perfect for it. I wonder if it's just file size, or also image size. Download the full res phone wallpaper with this link. I'm gonna say how big it is so they will know. 62 megabytes. Awesome, awesome. All right, all of you got a free wallpaper. Good evening, good evening. If you don't mind, tell people about it, tweet it, retweet it, tell the world. Much appreciated. Okay, so I did get a photo from earlier, so let's take a look. You download, you sent me 3 files, some JPEG, some one raw file. All right, let's take a look. I say GIF. Call me old school, but that was how it meant to be called. So you have sent in these 3 photos. One of them is a figure. You know what? Let's play with the figure for 2 reasons. One is not JPEG; it's a raw file. This 2 JPEG looks like created straight from the camera with a capitalized JPG. That's most likely the case. All right, my dude. Let's play this figure. There we go. First of all, is this shot in focus? It is, but there's motion blur. Is it motion blur? It's, first of all, it's overexposed. That's why you get a lot of artifact, especially this fringing. Those are some stuff that you don't want. There are ways to minimize it, but we can do it here, actually straight up in here as well. Let's go with lens correction. We'll take down the purple a little bit, and we'll take down the green. There's lots of green fringing. Okay, hopefully that doesn't affect the photo too much. Seems to be fine. See, if I do auto, that seems to be much more likely what it should be done. Yeah, I'm just gonna just use a clean slate. So let's just see how it looks first. It's a little bit bright. Again, go up to the fringe a little bit. Alright, let's take a look at this. We'll edit this the same way that we'll edit someone. First of all, this neck part, why does it look like that? Okay, let's liquefy a little bit. I am gonna liquefy so the neck look a little bit more realistic. I mean, it's not gonna be realistic no matter what. Her neck is way longer than her face, but we'll do some minor adjustments so it look at least a little bit more possible. Okay, there we go. So at least it doesn't curve inward here, because before it was curving inward. Okay, because it is a figure, we don't have to do a lot of skin retouch. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna take out the sim. I should do this to some of the costume that cosplay I shoot before, where they're wearing like a Sentai suit, and then there's seam on it, and I actually will shop it out. But the thing is that nobody can see it, so I stopped doing it now because nobody even know that I did it. Okay, so some of the, this is not seam, this is more like this is a figure part that they have. Oh, there's not much to edit. I'm gonna do a lot of liquefying. Not liquefying, dodge and burn. Even though she doesn't need it because she already painted in a way that has like makeup on her. But we can like edit her to be a bit more extreme. Let's bring it up to 50. We'll do some dodge and burn here. We'll lighten her eye. A little bit of that. That doesn't touch the hair. So this is weird because while I'm editing it right now, I'm feeling that a lot of things that I would do has already been done because it's a figure. What you'll find in a figure is very much what I do with contouring, right? You have a very narrow bridge nose, so we create this nose line. You have, you know, highlighted her face a little bit more. You have darkened the side a little bit. You do a little contouring on the face, on the cheekbone. Very sharp jawline with dodge and burn, but they already have very strong. So there's not much I can edit here when it comes to dodge and burning because it's been done. This is not a humanly easy achievable figure. So what we can do is that I guess we can add in some sunlight. I did this last time, but I want to show you all one more time how this could be achieved with the sunlight. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do a lot of polygon tool first. Sorry, not polygon tool. What do you call this? Polygonal lasso tool. I don't know if I can add in a ship in the background, but let's try this first, where we'll add in some glowy sunlight. Cool. And then we'll do Ctrl Shift I. Cool. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do filter, blur, radical blur. Let's set it to the corner. I'll set it to spin and choose amount of 20, so it spin a lot. Cool. We do it to orange. We're gonna do it to yellow. It's digesting the yellow, so give it a second. Stick with me. 10 years of computer. All right, cool. Look like the radical blur is not the best when it comes to closer to that corner. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna select it, a lasso to it, and we're just gonna blur it. If standard Gaussian blur, good old G blur. I'll do 50 on that and 50 on the yellow one. Let's set overlay as a blending mode. We're going to mask it out her face a little bit, especially on her right, our left side of the face. Not that much, because that side doesn't really hit her as much. I mean, light will reflect around her. Just a little bit. Okay. And then we're gonna add a sun. Let's do render lens flare. Where's flare? Lens flare. There you go. Is it safe to photograph the sun? I'm always worried about it will fry stuff. Yeah, I mean, you do not want to do long exposure of the sun to your sensor because it will burn your camera, your sensor. A little bit, it's fine, but if you do it for prolonged, I have heard that people have kind of damaged their camera with that. Same for laser. Okay, that's all a good sun for it. But those lens flares is way too ugly, so we're gonna blur it. There you go. Much more natural. Now her face is actually too bright now, so I'm gonna add some contrast to it. Let's do a level adjustment layer. Okay, there we go. What we did is that we darkened the black points a little bit, and then also darkened the shadow just a little bit. Let's do a really quick before and after to see what I've done so far. This is the before, this is the after. So we create some more sun flare kind of feel to the effect. Now, what we can also do is that we can do, let me just do some quick Google. We're gonna do, this doesn't make any sense, but it's very anime feel. It'll be sakura leaves. I have a stock image of this before somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So I'm just gonna find one. There we go. We have saved a bunch. What do you think about APS-C cameras? That's got me recently as a beginner. Yeah, that's a crop sensor camera. That's good. Do not be limited by your gears. Would it make sense to have sakura on such a green day? Maybe not, but it's very anime feel, and we're doing a figure, so go figure. There we go. Don't worry, we'll brush it. We'll brush it out a little bit, and we will also add some motion blur to it so it'll make it more entertaining. If it's falling from that angle, we would not have them on the floor like that already. Like, the perspective of this is gonna be really wrong already to begin with. Okay, I also do not want one on her face. And then there's still some other ones that I have. I just downloaded. Let's try this file. What does that look like? Let's try to match the ground a little bit. Just more for look. Oh god, it's just pixel. Oh no, there you go. Okay, good. Alright, that's a little bit better. What we're going to do is let's create another one, and this time we'll motion blur it. Alright, so that's pretty much all I need to do. Does real sakura leaves fall like that and also glow like that, and also so pixelated? Definitely not. Well, perfect, then we're done with this. Let me just bring saturation back. I don't really like yellow, as you all already kind of know, so I'm gonna create a new one. It's actually more of the green, but it's considered yellow on the computer. I'll change the more pinkish color. Of course, we'll brush her out again. Okay, I'm just doing very hastily, just so that you can know what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be super accurate here. Do I like it better that way? Actually, no, I do like the green for this one. My mistake. All right, let's just some more selective color. We'll do some split toning. There we go, just a little bit more red to it. Cool. Not bad. We'll sharpen her face just a little bit. I'm gonna do it on this level. Yeah, don't try to overexpose your picture. If you have to choose between overexposed or underexposed, always do underexposed. Because with digital camera, you can actually recover more from your underexposed photo than you can recover from an overexposed. Once you're overexposed, that information is gone. Okay, let's sharpen your face. Cool. All right, I'm done. So I went from this to this. And you can do the same style in cosplay photos. Are we good for the night, or should we play more? One more. Uno mas. Okay, whose picture am I editing now? Of course, I would love all of you tell your friends about the stream, so I can do this more. Tell them on Twitter, tell them on Facebook, tell them on everywhere. Also, for those of you who are here, if you haven't yet, I just uploaded a new YouTube video today. I would really appreciate if you all give it a watch and also subscribe. I'm gonna give you more. I'm gonna give you the exact video. I made a video today about how to charge as a freelancer, which is why you should do hourly rates instead of book rate. Well, I actually just recently started streaming, so this is a pretty new adventure for me. Thank you for dropping by. Let's go to the bridge. Let's take a look. So this is a shot that you sent in. Ooh, that is gonna be a problem. I cannot recover that because that is overexposed right here. I would prefer you next time do not have the person too far away from the lights. I just have to cover a little bit. Let me show you the camera raw again. There you go. So we are looking at this, and let me see how it looks like without the purple, just to see how it looked like. Was the light actually purple, or it's just your camera changed to very, very purple? Okay, if I say this is real light, does it even read it? It won't read it as normal light. It's too bright. Yeah, it's too bright for me to set the white balance. Okay, we can bring the purple back later. Let's just see how that looks first. Okay. Let's bring this into Photoshop. Cool, we can save that, close this. Let's see what we got. All right, let's do some, I don't have to do frequency separation for this one. Let's do some dodge and burn. Oh, that's way too much. Haha, way too much. Cool, cool. All right. Okay, we're gonna give him a much more stronger jawline. I actually don't know where his jaw is. But unlike the figure, we actually have something to work with. Now, here's the thing about when you have a picture like this, where there's a lot of the shadow point, the midpoint, is so the contrast of this is very strong. But when you have backlit like that, you actually have a lot of lighting that can't really tell the difference. So you need to be careful when you're doing dodge and burn like this, because you'll dodge and burn way too much. You can always do it more and then bring it back down. Like I have did way too much on this shot, so I'm gonna bring it back down now. So let's bring down the highlight of the shot. It's everywhere. It's very, very bright, so we can't have that. Because if we want the person to stand out a little bit more, we want to bring down the bright points everywhere else. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise up the brightness on him to give him a more contrast kind of feel, something like that. Maybe even more, but we'll see. We'll take a look. Let's just brush it on him first. There you go. That's a bit better. Let's add some contrast to his right eye. When I say his right, it's our left. I usually when I say left or right, I usually tell my models it's their left and their right, so then they'll be less confused, because I'm really sure I know what I want. So let's say I want him to turn a bit more to his right. I'll say, hey, turn right a little bit, instead I'll say turn left. But I will also do the hand gesture for them. So let's say like, I want him to turn right. I'll say, hey, can you turn right a little bit more, so they know exactly which direction I'm talking about. Let's play around the colors just a little bit, just to see what we're looking at. Okay, that's not good. Ooh. So what we can do is that maybe instead of two, because if the two lights are kind of the same, actually different, one's more blue, one's more purple, but I want the other light to be a little bit more cyan color, so I can do that, so the contrast is a little bit different. As I said, I can't really recover this, so there's not much I can do here. I may want to bring up the brightness on his face a little bit more on this side, but just that side. That. Bring in just a black point just a bit, so a bit more contrast. Yeah, the coloring on him is a little bit off as well. So I need to adjust that just a little bit more. Very, very tiny bit. There you go. It just feels more natural if I do it this way. Because the purple, the magenta-ish, like right here, is a little bit way too magenta-ish. Not that much. -3. Sure, that's a little bit better. Okay, what else we can do? I had something in mind earlier, but I totally forgot already. All right, let's look at before after. So far we have that. It's making pop a little bit more, so that's what I did. If you really wanted to, you can add more contrast to the shots. You can add some colors to the shot too, like I've been doing all night. Just show you a quick example. Let's say I want some green over here. Not sure how that would look, but let's try that. Soft light is fine, not too much. And then since you want to do in color stage, let's add some pink magenta color from this side. Let's see how that looks. There we go. And then we'll bring a orange glow from the bottom. We'll brush him out so it doesn't seem too weird. But it really depends on the type of music that you want to match. If the green, purple, orange is way too much, not really the right style, I understand. You can always adjust the style however you want. All right, let's say I want to adjust it however rainbow color I want. This feels like the Mac loading icon, doesn't it? The beach ball. There you go, not too crazy. But yeah, you can use this to adjust the color. Like maybe this might be better. So I'm actually literally turning the color wheel on this because I created kind of a semi color wheel like that. That might fit the type better. The so-called yellow might not be the best. So you might change, because now the yellow is green. So let's say we're gonna change it to more like that color. So yeah, there we go. You might have a more dynamic photos by doing that, and the person's pop out a little bit more. And if you think this is too much, you can always turn it off. What you can also do is that you can do a much more stronger dodge and burn on his body to make him pop a little bit more. But that's really up to personal preference. How does that look? Does it look alright? Look acceptable? Last but not least, you can also do some split toning. With make that mid tone a little bit more. Just a little bit of magenta. There you go. So this will make him pop even a little bit more. See that? Alright, I think that shot is great. We are done. It is time for food. It is time for pho. We have streamed for almost 2.5 hours here. But check out this awesome pin that I got. It's huge. It's the size of my hand. It's a pin that you can put on your shirt or stuff, but it's a Photoshop pin. Thank you so much for dropping by on my stream tonight. I know there's some lagging issue. Again, I'm working on it, getting a new computer. Hopefully I'll get that soon. Until next time, thank you so much for joining. Check out my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook. I don't post there that often anymore. YouTube, I'm concentrating a lot on making YouTube videos. So please go take a look and subscribe. And yeah, did I make a funny face? Yeah, so go ahead and do that, and I will see you all next time. You can also subscribe, follow. YouTube and Twitch is messing me up. You can also follow me here on Twitch, so next time I'm live you would know. Hopefully I'll be able to do this every Monday, if not more. I am also planning to do a new podcast soon, maybe so Monday streaming, Wednesday podcast, where I'll interview lots of YouTubers and cosplayer and streamer, talk about how they got into this world, and just talk about life in general. So yeah, well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining. Is someone else live? Is Kate live right now? Let me check, because if she is, I'll just send some of you at least go say hi to her. I think she is streaming right now. Okay, let's raid Kate. At least go say hi to Kate for me, okay, before I leave, because I'm pretty sure she cannot leave. Raid, how do I do this? Do I just type in the name? Like this? Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to say it. Just go there, at least tell her I say hi, because I'm gonna jump in over there and say hi to you. I'm gonna be literally right there. So go say hi now. See y'all later.